Of course, there, shipmates. Hippie-oi, Captain looking silly, and I'll be back for another episode of My Kitchen Rules the Seas. That be right, dear old Mr. Aston. He managed to get himself washed overboard. So I've taken a tiller until we managed to shank my replacement. So we'll be looking out for one. I brought me good mate over here, the first mate, Wilson the Parrot, to help us out. He'll be my sous chef if you like. But now, I was thinking last time we did fish, right? So what's the natural progression from fish? Chicken! That'd be right. Because chicken be the fish of the sky. It's true, it's true. They're the same. Neither of them can really fly. They both sort of jump and glide a bit, right? So that's why chicken is the fish of the sky. So I'm going to cook you a nice chicken dish here for us to celebrate another day together here on the good ship Beatrice, right? So, what do we need? Well, we need our cooking implements, of course. We need our spoon. We need our breadboard. And most importantly all, we need our cutlass. That's all you really need to cook with, isn't it? Right, okay, there it is. Now, you got your chicken, we had your chicken, but you got some veggies with this dish, is right, all right? Because it's, what we're cooking is smoky chicken, right? The fish of the sea, the sky, fish of the sky, smoky chicken with roast veggies in couscous, all right? So it's just an interesting dish we're going to try. But first the carrots, right? Carrots, got the carrots, right? With the carrots, we want them cut pretty fine, right? Finely cut carrots so they'll bake up nice and toasty, right? So we get, all right, cut her up. So, you know, nice and fine, right? Nice and fine. So, that'd be it, right? So, as you can see, nice and fine, all right? That way they all cook quick. If you cook your veggies pretty fine and stuff like that, cooks a lot quicker, right? So it all comes together, because couscous don't take too long to cook. It's just a chicken then, right? So, cut it up, nice and fine, beautiful. Now we'll stick that on my silver plate. Got a couple of silver plates here, right? Stick that on there, right? Keep our veggies there together, so they'll be all ready when we're ready to bake them, right? Lovely. Nice, all right. Next. So next up's the zucchini, right? The zucchini. So the zucchinis, right, we'll do them about 1 centimetre, right? So about that far, 1 centimetre. We'll just cut off there. So we'll cut off the end. So we'll get rid of the end because that's not that tasty, right? And then we'll cut it off about 1 centimetre, all right? So we chop that up. There you go, more or less. We're looking at here, you know, about 1 centimetre width, right? Pretty much how you want them. Again, centimetre of this, fine carrots, bake about the same time, right? So they'll be nice and crispy all at the same time. Good job. I'll put them on my plate, so ready. Excellent. Make sure you wash your hands, of course. Right, we got all of the 1 centimetre bits. Okay, cool. Next up, right, is the tomato. That's where you make sure, right, when you're cutting up your tomato, that your cutlass is good and sharp, all right? You gotta own that edge. Otherwise, if you hit it with a blunt, you hit a tomato with a blunt cutlass, you'll get squared in the eye because, you know, naturally, a blunt cutlass is the natural enemy of a tomato. That's what I hear anyway. And that's also how I lost my eye. So, you know, when you're doing a tomato, right, make sure your cutlass is good and sharp. Because then you'll be able to cut it into 3 centimetre chunks is what we want with these ones, right? Real quick like, all right? So just a quick with your cutlass. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Got the blighter. They look all right, don't they? Hey? So, see, as you can see, carefully by jumping backwards and forwards like we did, right, that. Get some decent sort of chunks there, right? And that'll all, yeah, that'll all, you know, bake up nice as well. Be nice and crispy inside the oven, all right? So that's what you do. Nice chunky sizes like that, all right? tasty. You can sink your teeth into it. Little bits of tomato can run down your chin. Arr, you gotta love that, eh? Lovely. Right. Especially when it don't squirt you in the eyes. Beautiful. Next up, we got lemon, right? Now the lemon, right? There's two things we're going to do with the lemon, right? We're going to use both parts of the lemon. The insides and the outsides. Everything's got two parts, insides and outsides. That's what the cutlass is for. Discovering the insides of things that you know the outsides of. But, right, so the outside of the lemon, right, is called the zest, right? You can zest it, right? So what you do is you take the skin off, right? With me using my cutlass means rubbing it backwards and forwards real quick, right? To get the skin to come off, right? Here we go. Right, here we go. Oh, there it is. It's coming off. Right, that's probably enough, right? You can see that. Takes the skin off. All right, and that gives you the zest, right? It gives this nice little orangey powder thing there, or lemony powder, I guess. Which is basically just the skin. You can see it's come off there and that there too, right? And then, being at sea, the lemon is rolled off. All right, just talk amongst yourself for a second. Wag at that, you know, you hit a wave, something rolls off the table. It's a bit of a problem when you're at sea cooking. But I'll just go get the lemon and I'll be back. Now I'm thinking they might have edited that bit out now, so I've jumped back in. But here it is, the lemon, just a few splinters, right? So we'll cut that in half for now, and we'll use the juice later, right? So we'll just give it a good cut. Now, as you see, nicely cut in 2 hours, right? See that? Oh, 2 nice hours. Now, we'll just stick that on a plate with our zest. Yeah, nice fine zest there. Put that there so they're together. Should use the tin plate to store things on, so we go to the stove and stuff like that. It's all ready and prepared, right? All right. Okay. Right, and now we'll use that for later for juice. All right, those 2 hours. All right. Now, what we need now is just the greeneries, right? All we got to add now is the garlic and the greenery. So we need greeny garlic to taste, you know. I eat a lot of garlic, right? So I'll have like 4 or 5 of these little lighters, right? What you do with them is you peel them and then cut them fine. Now, the easiest way to peel a piece of garlic, right, is actually to squash it with your blade, right? Squash it with your blade. Stay still long enough. All right, so when it's squashed, right, like that, you squashed it, skin just comes straight off, right? Just peels straight off, real easy, like, okay? And that gives you, see, just came off straight off, nice and easy. And then you can just use the blade there to finally slice it. Beautiful, finely sliced. There it is, all finely cut, right? Just one last go so you can see it up close, how that works, right? Okay, so you just crush it down there like that, see that? Crush that with your blade, skin, right? Just peels right off, dead easy, right? Comes right off there like that. Quickest way to peel garlic, right? Beautiful. Now, we got some parsley, right, for decoration afterwards, right, that. Freshly picked off the boat here, off the edge of the boat. Parsley grows anywhere, it's easy to grow. So we cut that roughly up, cuff that up. All right, good rough cut there. That's your parsley roughly cut up, right? So just move that to the side of the breadboard. And now, final thing that we're going to cut up, right, before we get into the serious preparation things, right, is I keep this stuff in bags, right? I keep my greens and stuff in bags because they tend to sweat a bit, don't they? You find they sweat a bit when you got them there? So you've got a canvas bag like this, right? Or a calico bag, you know, like that, soft calico bag like that, right? Gets them dry, keeps them fresh longer, right? So it's a good way to keep very fresh. So what I got here is baby spinach, right? Baby spinach is a lovely thing to stir through things and all that kind of stuff. good with eggs, good with all sorts of things, right? So we get out all those like that. We rough cut it up, all right? Just roughly cut, because it actually shrinks away to a fair bit that way. So you just got to give it a few cuts. So, see, as you can see, you made pretty rough the old baby spinach, right? No baby anymore, right? You don't have to worry about that. Don't have to hurt its feelings. Just chop her up just roughly, because it shrinks down a bit, right? Just down to that. You got that there like that. And that's pretty much it, right? Now, I think we're just about ready for some serious preparation. So, Wilson, do you want to go turn on the oven? And we'll get started on the last bits. All right, there? Sounds good. Chicken, the fish of the sky. Right, here we are with old Mr. Werner's bowl again, right? Now, what you need first up, this is getting the chicken ready, right? It's time to get the chicken ready, right? So what we need first up is paprika. That's this red stuff here, paprika, right? Smoky paprika is what I'm using. It's about a tablespoon worth, right? Remember paprika is hard to say as a pirate. Paprika, right, is hot, right? It's actually dried out capsicum, right, from North and South America there, top of America. It's around Mexico and all those sort of places. They're up around the Caribbean. It's actually dried, so it's actually quite spicy. So you want to, you know, do it to taste a bit there like that, right? And to counter that, right, what we've got is about the same amount of brown sugar, right? And that takes a bit of the heat out of it as well. And just get that hot and cool and sweet sort of flavors together, right? Now, we need some pepper, right? Remember, if those are here last time, you know that, you know, I use pepper grounds, and you crush them up with the back of your hilty cutlass, right? So we throw in some pepper, right? I use rock salt, right? It's all right. It's already been crushed there with me hilt there. I just had that there, right? Just a little bit of salt, right? That, right, that stuff, right? Now, you remember those lemons, right? The half lemons we had, right? You got the half lemon here, right? Got a lemon there, right? A bit of a squeeze. So, right, and next up, we're going to add a bit of the lemon juice, right? So give it a bit of a squeeze. Next up, we're going to give lemon juice a bit of a squeeze, right? That's it. Right, so you squeeze the whole thing out there, right, about as much as you can. Right, that's good. And the penultimate thing is you add, right? We go back to our whale oil, or, you know, olive oil if you use olive oil, but, you know, I beat out seed to use the whale oil. Not politically correct, you know, a good dash of olive oil there, right? Mix that in. Because next up, the final ingredient of this little brew, right, be, of course, your chicken breast, right? Good old chicken breast, right? Here they are, right? Chicken breast, you'll love them like that, right? So what we do is now we coat this and let it sit, right? So there's a chicken breast. It's sitting there like that, right? So get all of them in there. So I've got 4 large one there, right? So get it all in there. Again, this is why we wash our hands. Because, you know, pirate and be a business of cleanliness. Cleanliness is next to captainliness. That's what I always say before I'm struck down by lightning. Which has happened more than once, I'll tell you no. Right, now, we just sit that aside, right? Let it just sort of soak in the juice. Right, now you remember our trick with the veggies, right? All right, we put all the veggies in the bowl there like that. We add our whale oil, right? We throw in some pepper. Bit of salt, more pepper than salt, right? Just mix them up so it's all nice and coated. Make the veggies all tasty, savory them up, all out there like that. Beautiful. Right, you transfer that through that, right, into your baking dish, right? Once it's in your baking dish, right, then you put on for about 20-25 minutes at about a medium heat, you know, about 230 again, that kind of heat, right? Usually does veggies pretty good for about 20-25 minutes, right? So put that in your pan. And they'll be baking away as you get the rest of the stuff ready. All works out so it's all cooked at the same time. Pretty tricky, right? Right, as our pan heats up, I'm going to add a bit of the whale oil, right? Just so again we don't stick. Right, it's a pretty good pan, this one. Bit of that, squeeze that out of the old wine glass, right? Whale oil. What we're going to do, right, with the chicken first up, right? Is just brown it, right? Just brown the sides of it, right? So, before we bake it, I want to make it nice and brown on the outsides, right? Make it worth cooking. Again, these are sizable pieces, so I might have to do them 2 at a time. I won't make you watch the whole thing, right? We'll just get that started, and I'll show you just flipping it over what it looks like, and then we'll go to the next stage, I think. Otherwise you'll be here all night and, you know, you get really hungry. As you can see, right, they're nicely browned up, right? I'll give all that flavour in. I've got it in a baking dish with some baking paper on it, right? So that paper there, just stop it from sticking down to the old pan, right? That kind of stuff like that, right? So I'm only doing 2 at a time by the looks of this because they end up being too big for what my little oven I got here on the ship. We don't have a real big one there. I use a pot belly over there to do their stuff, but I'm just cooking this for me and the old doctor, really. Alright, so there we go. So I'll pop that in the oven, right? Same oven's already up there for 230, alright, going along with the veggies on it. I'll pop these in as well, and they'll bake along as we get the couscous ready, alright. Right, now it's be time for the couscous, alright. Now couscous, put in a bit of butter first, right? Just to melt the pan, right? Get it melted. That first, right? Get that going. And that melting, you're going to stir in your garlic. Now couscous, I was saying, right? It'd be, you see I did like a lot of garlic, right? Alright, couscous would be actually durum wheat, the rough bits of durum wheat, when they crush it all up, they can't, when they grind it down, it's the bits that left and they roll them up into balls. That's what they make couscous out of, right? Those, cleverly, those North African pirates, those guys there did that, right? Make it interesting, so they use up all the bits of plant, right? So the bits that wasn't fine enough to be floured and made in bread and stuff, they rolled up, and that'd be couscous, right? Now couscous, you wait till that's a bit fragrant, right? You go for about, you know, about a minute, just getting that nice and fragrant there, like that. Alright. Right, you see that? It's nice there, like that. Now, you add a chicken stock cube, right? Sounds a mite cruel to me to be squashing the poor little chicken into a cube. That's what they do, some of these pirates. I guess this chicken might have tried to escape without permission, right? That's the punishment. You know, they could have marooned them, could have killed all of them, given them the cat and 9 tails, get the whip, but no, they made a cube out of them. Right, now the old couscous works in pretty good proportions, right? You want to make it accurate, right? See, I've got a cup and a half of fluid. Alright, to a cup of couscous, right? That's how it goes, right? And basically 1.5, you know, you'll have whatever proportions you want. Basically you go for 1.5 water to couscous, right? So we just do that. So I just stir that in, so it's going to be nicely like that, right? Just go for a little bit. Right, so that's combined now. We mixed all that in, right? Now it's combined. What you want to do is have a saucepan with a lid, right? You put your lid on. You take it from the heat, right? And let the couscous absorb the water, right? Take about 5 minutes. So you leave that for 5 minutes now off the heat, right? So we can take that off the heat and we'll go from there, right? Right, what have we got here, right? So we're making our little sort of topping that we have on it, right? This would be Greek yogurt, right? Greek yogurt. I'm going to make a fair bit of topping because we've got a lot of chicken there, right? And a lot of salad and stuff and the couscous. Veggies, right? That. And Greek yogurt, right? That's the way they strain it out to get the whey out. They strain the whey out. You know, little Miss Muffet and your curds and whey, all right? And that's all part of it, right? Well, they strain out the whey and that makes it thicker, right? And that makes Greek yogurt. It's like natural Greek yogurt from the cow we got there. We have a cow on board, right? and with the crow and the other animals we keep, right? Now, to this, right, we add a little bit of salt and pepper, just a pinch, right? Just a pinch of salt and pepper, right? Because, you know, what's cooking without salt and pepper, you always say, ask yourself, right? Plus, we still got this half lemon, right? So we're going to squeeze that in, right? Squeeze that in. Whoa. Some of that got in. Right, there we go. We mix that round, and that be a lemon yogurt peppery thing, right? And that's going to be real dang tasty on top, right? So we just mix it all in. Lovely job with the old spoonie. Right, there it is. Now you put that aside until you're ready to serve up, or as they say in the business, plating up. Gotta love that spillage there, eh? Right, got your couscous, right? You fluff it out with your fork, right? See that? Fluff it out with your fork. Got that, it's nice and fluffy, right? You add in some of your lemon zest. You're wondering what we're going to do with that. There it is, the lemon zest, right? Got that there, right? Add that in there, right? Get a bit of lemony flavour. You add that in there. A bit more, I reckon. Got that, right? Now, we've got all this lovely stuff. So we throw in all that baby there. Bit of a pinch of your parsley, right? Give a bit more flavour, right? Mixing all that in, all right? Get me wooden spoon, I think. Be a bit easy to move that all around. Do that. That's all fluffy, right? Right, I might have gone a bit overboard there with the. All right, but it'll crush down because what we're going to add next, right? Are your vegetables, right? Once you add those veggies, right, that will make all the difference. Right, so there you go. Here's your veggies coming in. I heat off the veggies, right? All nice and brown and crispy and peppery. All that, right? Nice and cooked there. Cut back in now. Right, here we go. Anyway, add all those veggies. So you mix up the veggies and the couscous. Well, look at all that colour. It's beautiful. All right. Okay. I think it's time to plate one up. What do you reckon? Okay. So, right, you get the meat on there. In the pan, you'll have a bit of juice left over. So if you put that juice on over the chicken, right, just give it that succulent taste, all right? Just do that just before, right, you add your dressing. Beautiful. So there you go, plenty of veggies and couscous there, all there nicely, right? Slice your chicken, the breast being cut nicely there, nice little thick pieces like that. We get our topping. Yeah, little topping there like that. Looking quite stylish. A little like that, so like that. Whoops. Probably should have left that alone, but you know, you get the picture. A little bit of parsley to throw on the top as a garnish. Right. Again, I'm a pirate, so you know, a bit of a slapdash there. But there it is. Look at that. Lovely. You've got to be happy with that, don't you? Right? A lovely little dish there. Chicken, smoky chicken, the fish of the sky. There it is, smoky chicken, the fish of the sky, all there for you with veggies and couscous. Lovely. And lovely little sauce there as well. There we go. Easy and done in no time at all. And look at that colour, huh? Just want to dip my fork in. All right then. So, it's done. Look at that, Wilson. Ha ha! Wouldn't you like to get your little beak around that, eh? Ha ha! It ain't gonna happen. Ha ha! This be mine. Ha ha! That be right, shipmates. This be my dinner. And I hope you're having your dinner as well. And if it's the same as me, it's gonna be right tasty. Ha ha! Because my kitchen rules the seas. Ha ha! If you want to take up that challenge and film yourself cooking, send something into the station here, right? The CBTV, right? You can contact us on Facebook and say, yes, I've got one. Let me be the star. Well, I'm waiting. Just send it in. I'm ready for your challenge. Come on, come and challenge the old captain. Send him in, because we'll need, otherwise you'll just have to put up with me and the old Wilson. And look at him. He's gone all blank. Oh, no. But I'm off to eat. But first, I'm going to whistle us all off, because after that, I'll be catching me nap. Happy cooking, shipmates.